So as Tom has introduced Synchronizer, this is a parallel project that was going on along with Euro-India Spirit with a slightly different approach. The main mission, as we have listed here, is boost the impact of the Euro-India cooperation in ICT, basically R&D. Then identify medium and long-term research perspectives to generate shared horizons in the joint ICT research. Provide the medium and long-term research recommendations that will be presented to the JWG, the Joint Working Group, which has been mentioned recently. And enhance the participation of Indian scientists in the framework programs. So this is an approach which is a bit different from Euro-India Spirit, where we have convened elite scientists from Europe as well as India to a synchronizer steering committee. So we have 5 SSC members from Europe and 5 from India, and they come together on a common platform to discuss the joint research possibilities. Then we are also exploring the possibility of a joint funding on ICT research. Apart from these, we interview Indian visionaries, the stalwarts in Indian ICT research, and take their recommendations. Now this is the SSC structure. 5 experts from EU and 5 experts from India. They brainstorm. They come together on a face-to-face meeting, and then brainstorm on what all areas that we can collaborate for ICT R&D. Now we've had 2 such brainstorming meetings. One in Brussels, one in Copenhagen, and these are the recommendations that they have made. These are the research priorities identified. IPv6, Internet of Things, smart grids. These are from the top-down approach that we consider. And then there's a bottom-up approach that that they recommended, which is e-inclusion, e-governance, healthcare, aging, culture, heritage, digital preservation. Then of course multilingual, which is common to both. Europe has 27 languages, we have 23 and 22. Then EU regulation and standardization. This is very important, where we can come together on various standardizations and other policy related matters. These are additional priority areas very recently in Copenhagen that have been recommended for joint research. So the long-term recommendations that the steering committee was suggesting was to address the ISTAG group and involve Indian scientists also in the ISTAG. Apart from that, the formation of a joint working group, action group. See, most of the policies are discussed and finalized in the JWG, but there's no action group as such in the DIT, in the Government of India department. So this is very important that there's action taken and implemented, without which it's useless making policies. Then we have the SSC has also recommended the joint call co-funded by EU India, as I mentioned earlier. The co-funding models can be based on earlier successful models of EU Brazil, EU Russia, and others that the Department of Science and Technology and other countries, various different countries in the European Union are continuing with. Then we also have recommended detailed research road mapping for EU-India research cooperative projects, where we take recommendations from the visionary group as well as these SSC members, and apart from them a lot of public R&D organizations or labs. Then collaborations with ETPs and ex-ETPs, of course, would help the cause. These are short-term recommendations that we have listed. Website, see, although there is a policy and to foster research, collaborative research between EU and India, there's a complete framework available. But at the end of the day, there is some lacuna. So what we think is there are difficulties faced by these scientists on the Indian side, and maybe the people who are regulating and trying to get things done are not able to understand all these problems. So we propose that there's a website that details all these areas, and also speaks about FP7 Horizon 2020, where Indian scientists can visit and identify areas of their own interest. Then there's a directory of EU partner in India channel which has been suggested, and several workshops in India that are anyway going on, but then we need to enhance these activities so that there's greater awareness. Training and coaching on FP, these framework programs, is also very important, because when you write a proposal, people are not able to write the proposals in a shape that the European Union expects. So this coaching was also identified as a very important area. There's a push approach, identifying keyword corresponding to Indian priorities that can be inserted within the text of calls, so that when there are these calls made, India becomes a partner of choice. So these are the project partners for Synchronizer. Tessio is a Belgium-based company. EIRC is a Bangalore-based consulting organization. Then we have Rose Vision from Spain, CDAC, of course, which I represent, Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Then STPI, again, CDAC and STPI are under DIT, IISc Bangalore, and then Fraunhofer from Germany. You're welcome to visit this website for more details and your inputs. Thank you so much.